Hello everyone, good morning. Before going to start today's session, just recap of the last session, what we have discussed. Okay, so we have discussed about the real-time scenario. It's like how the data is generating and what is the importance of data warehouses. Okay, where Snowflake is came into the picture and how we are using the Snowflake and how the companies are going to take up the projects and who is going to help, okay, in order to extract and transform and load, okay, and what is ETL tool and what is SQL and what is the data warehouse and how ETL tool is gonna work, okay. So if it is a different streams, what we are doing, we are extracting and transforming and loading the data into data warehouses. And what is Snowflake, the very important one, okay. So Snowflake is a cloud-based data warehouse platform. Mainly, we are going to use it for data storage, data processing, and analytical solutions. And it is built on top of Amazon or Azure or GCP. So we have seen while creation of the account. Then we can store the structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data here. And it is available as a SaaS model. And we have discussed about why Snowflake is more popular. Okay. So what are the features? Okay, the main features which we have discussed, and what is the job market and what is the real time. Okay, what is the course content and everything which we have discussed in last session. As part of today's session, mainly we are going to talk about what is database. Okay, what is database? We'll start from beginning. Okay, so what is database and what is SQL and what is the difference between what is SQL and what is data warehouse and what is data warehouse and what are the databases which it is available. Okay, different databases. Okay, different databases or RDBMS systems. Okay, then we are going to create the database. Okay, so this and all theory part which we are going to discuss. Then once the theory part is completed, then what we are going to do is, okay, what is schema, what is table, and how we are going to load the data and create the table, and load data into tables. Okay, so these are the major concepts which we are going to discuss in today's class. So any idea what is database? Okay, what is database? So database is a collection of data. Database is a collection of data. So what kind of data it is going to store here? So it's like structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. Okay, then what is SQL here? Okay, what is SQL? SQL is nothing but structured query language. See, there is a difference. Most of the people are saying like, okay, SQL is a database. No, it is not a database. Structured query language. So in order to communicate with any database, we are going to use SQL. So it is like similar to It is similar to English language. So if you know basic English, okay, if you know basic English, then SQL is very easy. Then coming to data warehouse. What is data warehouse? I'll write few more points for database also. Okay. So these are the basic. Just remember this. So mainly data warehouses, we are going to use it for, okay. It is, okay. Here we are going to store, historical data. I'll give an example, okay. Historical data and using for or use it for data analytical solutions. Okay, data analytical solutions. Just observe here. So here also you can store the data. Database also we can store the data, and data warehouse also we can store the data. Then what is the major difference? So here also you can store the data. We can store data. We can store data. So what kind of data we can store here? So here mainly we are going to store real-time data. So what is real-time? If you observe the bank, okay, bank is an example. If you want to deposit, or if you want to check a balance, okay, if you want to check a balance or deposit an amount, okay, deposit an amount, so it's a very quick, it's a very quick, because here we are going to store only the limited records and real-time data only. We are having real-time data. So that is the reason it is very quick. Now coming to warehouses, the same example, you can take bank, okay, either it is HDFC or ICICI, whatever it is. Then you want to see the 5 years of bank statement. So what will happen? So every 6 months or every 1 year, whatever the data which it is available, you can consider there is a MySQL database or Oracle database which we are using. Okay, the bank is using. So every 6 months or 1 year, okay, every 6 months or 1 year, we are going to move this data into data warehouses, because this is the historical data. Then the historical data, it is available in the data warehouse. So now I want to check my 5 years of bank statement. Even if you go to any net banking or internet banking, okay, or mobile banking. So if you request for 5 years or 10 years, it may take some time, 5 minutes or 10 minutes of time it is going to take. Why? Because data warehouse, it contains large amount of data, large amount of, see, the both the purpose is same. You can store the data in database also and data warehouses also. But in data warehouses, mainly we are going to store the historical data so that you can analyze the data quickly. Okay, whenever you want, okay, we are going to analyze. The BI people, they are going to take the data from data warehouses. Okay, that is the major reason. Anyway, going forward, you will get to know. Okay, so these are the basic points, just you can remember. So 5 years of bank statement, if you want, it will take 5 minutes because there is a large amount of data. So here we are going to store mainly historical data. So there is one example for data warehouses. It's like we do have Snowflake. Okay, Snowflake or redshift, something like this. Now, so what are the different types of databases which it is available in the market. So which you know already. So databases. So there are many. So MySQL or Oracle or MS SQL, postgrage, okay, postgrage, DB2, sybase, okay, sybase. So there are many, okay, there are many in the market. So depends on organization, okay, depends on requirement, they are going to use the corresponding databases. Now coming to schema, okay, coming to schema, what is schema here and how to create the table? Okay, I'll show you in a practical mode. Okay, just try to understand this theory part anyway. So this theory and all the queries I'm going to provide in the video description. You can go through it once. Now, in order to practice Snowflake, yesterday we have created an account. So where we are going to create an account, app.snowflake.com. It's very simple. You can go to internet, any browser you can use, app.snowflake.com. So yesterday I have already explained. Okay, if you are not created any account, then click on this sign up and you can fill all your details and create your own account. Now, yesterday we have created one account. You can go to your email ID. So here you can see the username. Okay, this is my username which I have created. The dedicated URL, if you want to log in, right? Yeah, you can click on this URL or else you can go to login into Snowflake. Anyone is going to work here. Okay, now here you need to provide your username, the password. So whatever you have set up, okay, the same password you can use here. So you need to remember your username and password. Okay. Or else you need to reset your password by clicking on forget password. Okay, that option also it is available. Let me try now. Okay, as soon as if you log in into your Snowflake account, so okay, so here you can see there are many options. Okay, home, projects, data, data products, monitoring, admin. Okay, these are the credits which it is available. So the trial it is going to end in 29 days. Okay, so it's a free account. So after 29 days, okay, after completion of 30 days or 120 days, what you can do, you can create one more account. You no need to pay anything. Okay, or else you no need to install any software because so it's a SaaS model. Okay, it is a SaaS model. Now just observe here, we do have a plus create button here. Okay, here you can select SQL worksheet. So in order to practice or in order to write any queries, we need to use this editor here. Just you can use this editor. Now, so we are talking about database and data warehouses and SQL, right? Now, I want to create one database. I want to create one database for a bank. Okay. So how to create database? First, I'll go through the queries. Then I'll show you how we can utilize this web UI. Okay. Instead of writing the queries also, you can create the databases that I will explain later. Now you can see how simple it is to create the databases. So these are the default databases which it is available. Okay, the Snowflake has given, but I want to create my own database. I want to create my own database. Create database. What is the database name? Bank is my database. Okay, bank is my database. Now select this one. There is an option, okay, called run. Okay, click on this run button. Now if you want to see what database is, just do refresh. See here, there is a bank database. Okay, so that much simple it is. Okay, in order to create a database, create database. But before going to next commands, okay, so in SQL we do have different types of languages. Okay, different types of languages. It's like you need to remember DDL, DML, TCL, DQL, and DCL. So mainly we are going to work with DDL, DML, and DQL. Okay, DQL part. It's like in order to create any database or table or schema, any object. Okay, so there is a keyword called create. In order to drop, okay, I want to delete the table permanently. Then we are going to use a drop. Then alter, we have truncate, insert. Okay, coming to DML, insert, update, delete. Then DQL, it's very, very important. So most of the work we are going to do with select only. Okay, 70% of the work we are going to do with as a select operations. Then in order to provide any permissions, we are going to use grant and revoke. Then if you want to commit the data and roll back the data, so then we are going to use this DCL. This is a bit important. Okay, you have to remember this. Okay, or else you can take a snap of it in your mobile or laptop, just to go through it. Okay, so these are the 5 different types of sub languages which it is available. Okay, these are the commands. Okay, or keywords you can say. Then now I want to create database, that is fine. Now I want to create a table. Okay, now I want to create a table. Okay, simple table I'll create. There is one table, create table employee. So employee ID, whether it is integer or string, then employee name. So it is a string or varchar also. Okay. So we'll talk about later the data types and all. Just you can observe how we are going to create the table here. Create table name. So what is the column name and what is the data type? Okay. What is the data type? See, the table is successfully created. If you want to see the table is created or not, then you can do the refresh here. And here you can see the table is created. The table is created. So here you can see the table definition. Okay, what is the table definition? We can copy this, see. So how many numbers it is going to store and what is the varchar size, everything you can observe here. Now, so this is for, suppose you can assume this is for HDFC employees, okay. They are going to store the data. So here for comments, we are going to use hyphen HDFC employees data we are going to store here. Now, I want to insert some data. Insert into employee number 1. So it is like, okay, if it is a string, you need to keep it in a single quotes. Okay, you need to keep it in a single quotes. Now insert into employee 1 and Arun here. Okay, right. Insert into employee. So what are the columns which it is available? EID, ename, okay, the corresponding column names and the values. So now if you observe here, one row is inserted. Now I want to verify this, whether the data is available or not. Then select star from employee. See, one Arun is there. Now I want to insert. Now I want to insert few more rows. Okay. Let's do Harish. Then number 3. Something like, okay. See, if you want to execute all the queries, then you can select at a time. Okay, all, and you can execute. If you want to run only single query, then you can select only single query here. Now, if you observe, so how many rows we are going to expect? 4 rows. Okay, so because I have run already this one, and again we ran this query. Okay, now let it be. So this is how we are going to insert. So this is like SQL scripts. Okay, SQL scripts we are going to write always. So you may get a doubt. Do I need to remember all this syntax? Definitely no. Okay, I'll tell you, without knowing the, without writing any SQL script, we can able to insert the data too. Okay, just try to understand how we are going to create the database and how we are going to create the tables and how we are going to insert the data. And if you want to view your table data, then we are going to use select star from table name. Okay, now I want to create, okay, just remember, I want to create one more table that is called employee for SBI people. Okay, now let me try to execute the same table. See, it is saying like, okay, hey, employee is already exist. Okay, you can try to give the same name. So because we do have a employee table here, but I want the same name for SBI people. Okay, this is for HDFC, this is for SBI. So here only the schema, okay, the schema came into the picture. Okay, so here what we can do, you can create the different schemas. You can create the different schemas. So what is schema again? So it's a logical representation of the databases. Okay, logical representation of the databases or database. So here we have a schema called public. So what you can do is you can create different schemas. Okay, you can create different schemas with the different names. Okay, now let's see. So I want to create schema, create schema name called SBI. So this is my schema. Now I want to create one more schema. So that is called HDFC. If you observe here, see, we do have different schemas. HDFC, we don't have any object here. SBI, we don't have any object. Now I want to create, right? Okay, now if you want to create any table, there are two ways you can do it. Okay, so you can select the bank. So what is the schema name? Okay, where you want to create it. So in SBI, I want to create. Okay, now what you can do, create table and employees. So this is one way of doing it. This is one way of creation of the table within the schema, within the corresponding schema. Okay, if you see here, SBI tables, employee table is there. Now I want to create the same in HDFC schema also. Either you can go to bank and select the HDFC here, or else what you can do, okay, it is not yet refreshed. Okay, that's not a problem. So while creation of the table, create table. So first one is database name. Next one is schema name, HDFC dot employee. So this is how you can create it. See now, there is the same table which it is available in the single database, but different schemas. So bank is the database, HDFC is the schema, SBI is the schema, public is the schema. See, employee table is there. So here also employee table is there. So always better practice, try to use while creation of or while searching anything, you can go through this, okay? Database, schema, and table name. Okay, this is how we are going to write the scripts. But what is the difference? Okay, so these features, it is already available in different databases. So everywhere we are going to write the scripts. But what is the benefit? Okay, now you can assume, okay, now you can assume. So this is my, okay. So this is my database, okay. It's okay, it's like a CSV file. So I want to create a table. So just I want to create a table with these properties, okay, with the same file. So how we can do it? So here, what you can do is, you can go to home, just go to home. We do have an option called data. So click on data here. Now, earlier what we are doing, we are going to create database by using the query, right? Okay, I want to create a database. Just observe here, there is a plus button. Click on this plus database. So the database name you can provide, that's it. Okay, now I want to create a database called OMS, Order Management System. Okay, this is my database. Just create it. So we are not writing even, okay, we are not writing even single piece of code here. Single piece of code. Now you can search. See, there is a OMS database. So here also. Now, here I want to create a separate schema. Yes, you can create it. I want to create a schema called Order Management System, VMOT. Okay. So this is my schema. See, as many you want, you can create it. So instead of writing the queries, you can do it. Now, inside this VMOT, okay, inside this VMOT, you want to create a table. Okay, there are many options. We'll go through the later. Okay, now if you want to create a standard table here, so there is a syntax they have already given. Okay, see, so this kind of syntax you need to follow. Create table, table name, column name, and data type, and click on the create table. So this way we can create it. But my requirement is different. So I have already one CSV file. Just I want to create the table as well as to load the data. Now observe here. From file, you can select browse the file. So where it is available, you can go through that. Okay. So this is available in my D drive. So employee table, I want to create it. Now, what is the table name you want? EMP. Okay, I'll keep it as EMP. Click on next. Click on load. See, 40 records were loaded successfully, and the table also it is going to create it. Okay, the table also it is going to create successfully. Now let's see. So that is the benefit. See here. So we didn't write, okay, so far we are not going to write any queries here. So everything we have done it by using the GUI. Okay, everything we have done by using the GUI. See how many records are there? 40 records were there. Now I want to see these records. Now I want to see. Go to OMS, vmod, then you can type select star from EMP. So this is one way. See all this data. Suppose if you want to create a table and if you want to insert manually, how much time it will take? Hardly it will take 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, if you want to write the queries, okay, for each row you need to write a query, right? The same one it will take hardly 15 to 20 minutes, but we have done it by using GUI within 2 to 3 minutes. Now, so you are in a different database, okay, bank and SBI. Okay, now I want to navigate into different, select star from, instead of writing EMP, what you can do, database name OMS dot vmart dot EMP. Okay, so this is how, see, we are in different database, bank with SBI schema, but I want to query the data from different database. Yes, we can do this. Okay, OMS, vmart and EMP. Now, see here, we are able to do this. Now just observe here. So there is a very beautiful option here. So data recovery. I'm going to drop table, drop table. So what it will do, so there is a difference between delete and drop. Okay, there is a difference between delete and drop. Okay, we will talk about later in detail, but try to understand drop table. So what we are doing, so we are going to delete the entire data as well as table structure here. Okay, I'm going to delete it. Drop table. Okay, if you observe. Okay, unfortunately, okay, so we have dropped the table, but I want to recover. I want to recover my table, or I want to recover my database, or I want to recover my schema. So any object. So in different databases, so what will happen? We need to connect with the DBA team, database administration team. So they are going to help us to recover the data. But here, Snowflake has very beautiful option. So we do have a undrop. Okay, undrop, undrop table. See, unfortunately, suppose if you delete something, again, if you want to recover, so here we don't have any objects. No objects were found. Now we can see. Now we can see the beauty of this. Now, see, again, it is recover. Okay. So this is the main advantage. So like this, we do have a lot of things were there. We are going to discuss in going forward classes. Now, try to understand, okay, how to create the database and how to create the schema and how to create the tables and how we are going to insert the data by using normal queries. Now, just observe, I'm going to delete the data here. Okay, delete table. So this time only, see, delete means it will delete only the table data, not table structure. Okay, delete from. Delete from. Okay, so how many rows are deleted? There are 40 rows. Okay, 40 rows were deleted. Now, if you try to perform this query, so you will get the 0 rows. Okay. Now, I want to load the data. Okay, see, undrop is different. Now it is delete, right? Now I want to load the data. So if you observe here, if you observe, EMP. Here we have an option called load data. Click on browse, go to your corresponding location, select the corresponding file, employee data, click on next, delimited by, okay. So here you can see the options, okay. So first line contains the header, the separated with comma, okay. Now just you can load it. Even if you have millions of records, yes, by using this option, instead of going to write any query, you can load the data. You can load the data. Now let me verify. See, there is a table data which it is available. Okay, there's a table data which it is available. Now there is one more option. If you go to home, there is a data, add data here, load data into table. So here also you can browse the same file and you can load the data. No database selected. Okay, select the database and select the schema. Create a table. Okay, no need to create new table. So what you can do, you can select the existing table over here, EMP. Now click on next. So this way we can load the data. Now if you observe, already we have 40 records. If I run this query, you can see there are 80 records. Okay, see here the query execution time and what is the query ID and how many rows it is retrieved. Okay, so everything you can see here. Even analytical solutions, right? Okay, the data warehouse, the Snowflake, mainly we are going to use it for data storage, data processing and analytical solutions. If you see the chart option here, see which one is having the highest salary, something like this. Okay, who is joined? Okay, 1994. Okay, 1994. So how many employees were joined? Okay, this way, okay, automatically based on our query, automatically it is going to create a dashboard kind of thing. Okay, it is going to create a graph. So this and all you are going to learn in a going forward. Okay, now so this is YMS. Now just observe, I'm going to create one more schema here. OMS. Okay, let it be. So create schema. So instead of VMart, what I will do is, okay, ViTech. Okay, create schema ViTech. Now ViTech schema is created. Now I want to create a table. Now I know only, now I have an Excel. Okay, so that is one option we have seen, but I want to create only table first. Okay, I want to create only table first. So what we need to do? You need to write manually. Okay, create table name, employee ID, first name, last name, email. But here, what we can do is, okay, so we can use AI. Okay, we can use AI. So instead of writing manually the queries, okay, so you can use any chat GPT or Copilot or Gemini AI. Okay, anything. So here you need to paste your requirement. Okay, what we need to do is, okay, create table, create a table for below columns. See that much simple it is. Okay, so what you need to do? Okay, create table. Where you need to create a table? See again, see this is the normal table, correct? So what you need to do is create So this is very important. So that's why, okay, create an SQL table for below columns. So what it is doing? See the script. The script already we can able to get it from AI. Okay, so instead of writing manually everything, it is like int, varchar, or something. What you can do is just try to copy this. Just try to copy and go to the editor here. Now concentrate on this one. Okay. Okay, we'll talk about primary key and all later. Okay, now you can see. So I want to create a table. Just I want to create a table here. Create table, table name, employee ID, integer, first name, last name, email ID, phone number, hire date, job ID. So like this, suppose if you are having 100 columns, yes, you can write it. But so there is a separate session. So how efficiently we can use the AI. So this is the sample example as part of the demo session. Okay. So you are not writing anything. So what we are doing, just we are doing the copy pasting. Okay, just we are doing copy. Okay, copy and pasting. But you need to understand the concept here. What is create? What is table? What is the table name here? What is the column names? And what is the data type names? So that is very important. So understanding the script is very important. That's it. So you can generate the code or you can generate the scripts from anywhere. So that's not a problem. Okay, but you need to understand what is happening here. Okay, now in order to run this, you can select the run button or control and enter. If you press control and enter, automatically it is going to execute this. See, now table is created. Where it is created? OMS and ViTech. Okay, now the table is created. That's fine. Now table is created. Now we have a, okay, now you want to run a insert query. Okay, now you want to run a insert queries. Yes, you can generate the insert queries. Okay, you can assume only 5 rows. Okay, first 5 rows are 10 rows. Okay, copy this. Can you prepare SQL insert statements for the below data? Just you can assume. See here. So this is the script. Again, it is providing. Okay, you can write multiple insert queries or else single insert query. What you can do, you can append all those values. Okay, if you want, you can write single, or else what you can do, okay, you can write only one insert query and add how many values it is there. Suppose if you are having 100 values, yes, you can add 100. If you are having 1000, yes, you can add 1000. Okay, this is, see how many, there are 20 rows. Okay, 20 rows were inserted. Now I want to query, yes, you can do, select star from employees. See, there are 20 rows. So, okay, this is my data. This is my data, which it is available here. So if you want to write a queries or something, then we can utilize the AI also here. Okay, can utilize AI. But so here I have a already in Excel CSV file. Okay, now I want to load. Okay, this option you know already, load data, select the file. So instead of writing the SQL script, what you can do, you can directly load the data here. So earlier we do have 40, now, sorry, 20, now we have inserted 40 rows. Okay, total 60 were there. Okay, total 60 are there. Now, what I will do is, okay, I'm going to drop database itself. Okay, earlier we have seen only table, right? Drop database OMS. Okay. See, OMS is my database. I'm going to drop. I'm going to drop it here. OMS successfully dropped. If you refresh, drop database. Okay, let me query. No database is selected. OMS. ViTech. See here, unable to use database. Unable to use. So this means object does not exist here. Now what you can do is, it is not reflecting, but anyway, if you run any query, we are unable to perform this. Okay. See, unable to use database OMS, SQL compilation error, object does not exist. So this case, what you can do, you can undrop again. You can do undrop. So this is called data recovery. It's not working or what? Okay, here you can see only on database OMS. Okay, you can try it in your machine. Okay, that's fine. So the same thing. So however we have done it in tables. Okay, the same way we can perform. Okay, just I need to refresh, or again I need to sign out and log in. So these are the options. Okay, these are the options which we can perform. So this is one thing. That's it for today. So what you can do for tomorrow's session? Okay, so there is one assignment. I'm going to write here. Okay, assignment. So what you need to do is, okay, you no need to write anything. So all the scripts which it is available here. So github.com, you can go to ViTech Talks. SQL practice. Okay, SQL practice. So if you observe here, okay, create one database that is called HR. Okay, HR. First try to create the tables by using the scripts. Okay, by using the scripts with your own. Okay, with your own. So there are 7 tables which you need to create it. Suppose if you are unable to, okay, complete the exercise, so what you can do, there is a file. Okay, there is a file, create table scripts.sql. So here I have given already the scripts. Okay, I have already given the scripts. Okay, there are few changes which you need to do. No need to create any primary key and foreign keys. Okay, you can remove this. Okay, if you want, you can remove these lines. Okay, foreign keys and the primary keys, wherever it is available, you can remove this and just run the scripts into your SQL editor and take a snap of it and post it in a WhatsApp group. Okay, and also load the data. Okay, the loading scripts also it is available for loading and all. You can take it from here. Okay, you can take it from here and you can load the data and give me the count. Okay, in order to get a count. Okay, in order to get a count. So what is the syntax? It's very simple. Select count star of table name. Select count star of select count star from employee, suppose. So we do have only 0. Okay, so like this, what you can do? Okay, let me go through the public, okay, which we have inserted. So what is the count? So the count is 4, right? The same way what we need to do is, okay, the same way what we need to do is, okay, I want all these 7 tables, okay, 7 tables with the count. Table name, and count. See, you have to complete the assignments. So then only you can able to learn something, okay, jobs. There are 10 rows. Then what is the next table name? Regions, okay, regions were there, jobs were there, locations were there, employees were there, okay. Same like, okay, you can provide the count here. First try to create the tables, and insert the data, okay, insert the data and try to run the queries, okay, just try to run the queries and take the count, okay, and take the count over here. Then suppose if it is having 20, then you can give it all this kind of data I want, okay, all this kind of data you want. So that is one thing, okay, which you need to work on it for today.